GTA 6 won't look this good. What did he mean by this?
Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and video game graphics are too real, okay? I don't think they can get any better. Honestly, at this point, I believe in simulation theory more than I've ever done. Because
You know what's the best part about simulation theory? When you are in a simulation, there is no way of telling if you're actually out of the simulation. Because for those who are in the simulation, how do you tell that something's wrong? You can't, because the simulation literally runs on, inputted principles and values and possibilities of the creator of the simulation. And you know what that is the equivalent of? Our universe! Our laws of physics and how everything happens and how everything works. They might just be random parameters that someone decided to input and they're just living by them. Who knows?
Because what I'm about to show you is, in my opinion, absolutely peak video game graphics, okay? Now, before somebody goes, but Muda, we said the same thing back in 1994, early 2000s. Back in the day, I was playing Chrono Trigger. Obviously, games were going to look better than that. Same with Final Fantasy VII, okay? Same with, Counter-Strike 1.6. Obviously, graphics have...
Is that That's not Counter-Strike 1.6. Huh. Or this is some kind of super early version? No, this is completely different. I didn't play this. But this is Dust for sure.
Evolved, and now we've gotten so many interesting techniques that it's almost lifelike. So for the past couple days, YouTube has basically been assaulting me with all these recommendations of video game graphics, okay?
We watched this, and it's not actually that great. It's just a bunch of tricks that don't really work, especially if you can pay attention to things that you are not actually looking at specifically. So, yeah.
I watch a lot of Digital Foundry, I watch a lot of video game stuff. This is something that's been showing up. And when I saw this particular image, I almost thought I was looking at a real photo. And
yeah, that one looks pretty real. We saw it.
Usually at this point, I'm like, somebody's made a fake thumbnail, whatever. So I click on it, and boy, oh boy, does my brain get, absolutely blown away. So right here, you can see that this one channel uploaded, Cyberpunk 2077. Watch this video. That looks like near real life. Honestly, with the way the camera is moving, when I watched this for the first, 10 seconds, I thought, maybe I'm looking at somebody's actual Nissan GTR. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, Cyberpunk 2077 has some new graphical mods. Not mods, but updates in the last couple of years. It's made a comeback. But if you're on the PC, there's something known as path tracing, which is like an NVIDIA thing. And what it is basically regular lighting, which is, as we traditionally have seen it, expensive. Ray tracing, also very expensive. But if you're somebody that has played, path tracing, Cyberpunk is the first AAA game to put that in to its franchise. And the results are almost lifelike. And obviously I've been sharing...
Yeah, people talked about this. We saw this. It is quite insane, right?
Screenshots from it on Twitter. I've used it in gameplay footage. But today I want to sit down and show you, some of the actual game. And, of course, modding Cyberpunk is easy as hell. It's literally drag and drop. A monkey could actually get this stuff done. So
I'm not sure about that one, Chief. Man, I need to find a folder. I need to, not download the virus. It's complicated, okay?
I'm using a combination.
What is a WinRAR zip or whatever you call it? I don't know. I'm a 15-year-old boomer.
Mods that I had found on Nexus, and some mods that I obviously, some of these I paid for. And of course, the actual inspiration for some of this has been a video game known as Unrecord. Now, a couple months I covered this. I'm still waiting for it to release, but obviously if you're looking at the footage, it is almost lifelike looking.
Yeah.
What about a game that has to deal with a day-night open world cycle looking better than this? Let's get into the actual meat and potatoes. Now I can finally play this. So immediately right off the bat, this is Cyberpunk 2077. Obviously with a lot of visual mods. So obviously I put a vehicle into it. Normally I'm not a fan of putting real world cars into games. But just, to show you, I was like, damn, this...
Why not? That's strange.
Looks downright real. Obviously, it's damaged a little bit. I gotta, fix it up just because I...
No, that looks like what you would expect from someone driving a BMW.
I crashed getting over here. But of course, to understand this is the rest of the game world. Obviously, when you're looking up, you can see that in some cases, the lighting is reflected pretty realistically. Now, if you look at the colors, it's obviously looking a little bit dull just because I have it set to cloudy, but obviously if I go into the mods, I can change the weather to like sunny.
He blurred something post editing.
And then of course,
well,
like
post
you see,
production,
okay, it's actually looking nice,
called.
bright, and beautiful. And of course, the lighting, obviously, this is using something known as Reshade. So obviously, this is a PC tool that's designed to like sort of add extra effects. So you've got cinematic depth of field, all this extra bullshit added right on top of it. Every time you like build something, it can like either crash the game, but here it is. Here's like again, another version of it running.
God, I hate motion blur. I would delete my Minecraft character before living my life in motion blur.
So the way that everyone's been getting it to look like is they go into mods and they basically set it to like heavy clouds and just set the time to that. And obviously the world gets cloudy, it gets really overcast. And of course, the lighting changes to something that looks a little bit dreary. It's like we're in London, dude. You can barely see the city. So obviously one of the things you probably shouldn't be doing is like changing around some of the graphic settings on the fly. Just because if you do that, the game actually tends to like crash. It can crash just because I don't know what it's doing necessarily, but like... So one thing to note is if you keep changing a lot of these graphic settings on the fly, it can just crash the game. Like I almost thought the game crashed right there, but it did not. Now it has one of the stupid effect, like this one effect I don't like where it like depth of fields, and it just makes everything like blurrier. Like, dude, my eyes are functioning.
No, this is a lot
Let me
better.
actually use proper depth of field. So we're gonna drive around, and I want to show you this one other mod that like absolutely blows me away. From like an actual like immersion standpoint. It's actually the best part. I would choose to play the game again with the mod you're about to see.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna save the game right here. Hopefully it doesn't crash. I'm gonna show you guys this sick little
I don't know about you boys, but I'm kind of like mixed.
mod here. So they got this body cam.
Also, honestly, who gives a shit if GTA 6 looks like this or not? Now, don't get me wrong, if it looks like this, that's better. That's obviously better. The more we push things, the better it becomes. But without pushing society, without pushing the limits of, well, most things, we will never get better at anything. The moment you push the bar higher, you know what happens with the lowest part of the bar? It goes away. It crumbles. It gets set higher. And yes, sometimes that means that some people need to be removed. But that's fine. Okay? That's fine. I'm all about that. And if this becomes norm, I'm okay with this. Remember when all those losers were complaining about Baldur's Gate 3 and saying, oh, you can't expect this quality from everyone. I am now expecting Baldur's Gate 3 qualities, immersion, storytelling, and quality from literally everything I play, without exception. Because that's good. That's good for me, especially as a consumer. So anyone who tries to say no to that, I say no to you.
Cam mod that actually replicates the unrecorded game we saw earlier. And it crashed? No! Well, thank God I saved. So one of the mods that interested me was by the same guy making these graphic mods where like literally they made a version of the actual Reshade where it mimics that unrecorded game. Now this, what you're seeing over here, is also through like an AI.
Yeah, I don't understand what he said. I think he's saying that this is just a recording of something different, but something is overlaid on top and then it changes. I have no idea if that's correct, but you know, I'm not a computer monkey.
AI tool that connects through a webcam. I don't have a webcam on this system where you can actually look around and it like literally resembles the unrecorded experience. Like if you look at it, pop, pop, pop.
Ah. Hookers or bikers. I don't know which, and if it's a mix of both, I am even more happy that they got eliminated. Nice.
Dude, straight 3 taps a bunch of gangbangers. And of course, combining it with the actual mod that we've been seeing, the visuals, it's pretty insane. And of course, obviously I got it right over here, ladies and gentlemen. So here it is. We're pushing in into Santo Domingo. So there's like a couple of gangbangers right over there too. And I got like a
Is this supposed to be impressive?
threat indicator, which I might as well turn that off just for extra immersion. There's no reason if you're going
I don't know. That looked really bad. That looked strange.
For this level to actually have like, you know, damage threat indicators on the top of their head. For some reason I can't like turn that off, but here we go, boys. Cut through that, boom, right in the head. Pop, pop.
Okay. Oh, right, because of the lens effect, this is supposed to be real life? I mean, don't know about you, but I can easily tell that this is not real life. It's hard to explain why, but yeah, it doesn't even fool me for a second, the idea that this could be real life. And I'm not talking about this thing, you know, or this or that. I'm just talking about the looks. This trailer part looks probably the realest of anything here, I guess.
Boom, boom. And of course, if you want to actually use some of your hacks, you can, for instance. But because of how it's got this like fisheye effect, it's pretty difficult to get that going. Now, the problem with this is obviously the FOV. Like, this kind of gameplay is cool, and this makes me almost reconsider getting that excited for unrecorded, because if the game is like it's got this fisheye effect that's like it almost makes me feel like motion sick, and it almost makes me feel like I'm playing through like some robotic Terminator's eye. I mean, it literally is like the body cam effect, you know? And of course, the game itself, like if you look at the distance, it really is. It's got some like actual artifacting, it's got some blur to it, it's got some VHS like video effects, like it really is gritty. If they made like an LSPD FR, like they had a police mod for GTA 5 and 4, if they could bring that for like Cyberpunk 2077, dude, with this mod it'd be like peak immersion. And again, if you like compared like the ray trace to the non-ray trace, it would be like, it still is like a night and day difference when you look at the lighting overall, especially when you start walking inside like interior buildings.
Okay, this looks kind of cool, I guess.
Now obviously games like GTA 6 are around the corner, but being that that's like a console release, I don't think it's gonna have this like this lighting will still be GTA 6, just because the path tracing leads to like.
By the way, how do you think they're gonna pull off GTA 6 on consoles? There's no fucking way, right? They're gonna push back GTA 6 by, I don't know, at least 3 years or something. There's no other way, because if you look at the graphics that GTA actually has, there's no way in living hell a console is gonna be able to actually pull it off. I mean, we're talking about a console in 5 years that's probably not gonna be able to pull off GTA 6. So how is that gonna work?
Like these better effects, like you're never gonna get like just like there is. It literally feels like there is no issue. Like if you get off the bike here and you start looking around at some of these houses, like the shadowing, the lighting, it all fits in so well. And of course, when you add in the body cam effect, it's like, you know, you show this to somebody, like, you give them, like, a little hot take, they might...
The shadowing doesn't make sense, okay? Watch. Okay, so here's the perfect example. So, because there's shadow here, because the light technically doesn't get under it, it's, like, super dark. Here, it's not dark. But would this in real life be super dark? Hell no. Light is reflective by default. That's why nights aren't fully dark, because the moon reflects light and shit. You know? An effect like this is actually pretty hard to find in real life most of the time, at least of this magnitude. Like, look at this. When you look here, it looks like more than this. It's night. This part of the building is night for some stupid reason. Okay? This seems more realistic. The roof is slightly darker, but still not even close to as dark as this. This is not realistic at all.
In fact, it's like, you know, you show this to somebody, like, you give them, like, a little hot take. They might think that they're looking at an actual body cam of a fucking home.
No.
So again, whipping out the gun over here, seems to be a few bad guys 100 meters north of us. I mean, I guess this is kind of like the Night City police mode. I mean, in Night City, you know, you can just straight up, like, take a life, no questions asked, right? Want him dead or alive? Like, look at that, the overpass, everything. Like, this literally does feel like I'm playing the body cam horror game. And if you want to get, like, real motion sickness, you know, just double jump up there. Look at these guys, dude. Can we get a quick snipe? Ha! Oh my god, I forgot I had the explosive rifle. Oh, jump over here. Oh, dude, even the gunfights feel so immersive in this, dude.
No, to be fair, yeah, this does seem a lot more immersive. I guess that's the point of it, immersive? But the body cam footage game is more about it looking like real life, and people actually thought that, you know, shit's dying and whatnot when it came out. That was the controversy. This is different.
Yeah, if you turn off everything, it's
Yeah, bugs. Oh, wait, no, that was not a bug.
like, oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck.
By the way, this is kind of hilarious when they actually have Santa Vista mods and whatnot, because, it's so hard to tell if that's just a bug, or is that actually how it's supposed to work.
Get out. Man, I'm a terrible shit shot right now.
Yeah, those shots were not that great.
It doesn't help that, like, aiming like this is a little bit more difficult than I expected. But, I mean, hey, you know? Add the extra difficulty, dude. This is... Oh, shit. Okay, wait. That's another 6th Street bastard.
No, it's a cowboy.
There's like a whole turret there. Wait, there's like a person. Hold on. System collapse. Wait, they're dead. What is this guy? Tier 3 components? Yeah, like, dude, if you patch this up a little bit, like, to understand, if you, like, pressed home and, like, turned off, like, a couple...
Is that it? I guess that's it. Well, it kind of looked good. Anyway, that was Mutahar. And this was me. Reshade said, thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.